and welcome to Please Won't You Shut Up, a Star Trek podcast. We are done with Picard for the moment. I'm the Ferengi who...
Did you just leave the room because you got a fact wrong?
You left the room in the middle of the intro.
I've had it.
It was to take the fan off in the other room.
My God. I am the Ferengi who knows how to merengue Mikki A. Lexa.
Oh, that's really good. Who were the race that obliterated Neelix's home moon?
The best race on Earth.
I'm gonna look them up because I'm all of them, Blake.
And I'm the Andorian for all of the Andorians.
Oh, you should be the Andorian in the DeLorean.
Ooh, I love it. Today we're watching one of the few episodes of Star Trek Voyager that can undoubtedly be called a classic. Episode 40, Tuvix!
Yes, I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Also, plant episode, I just have to say, pretty cool space plant episode.
A decent space plant episode.
Like
Haconians. I'm all the Haconians.
The Haconians.
That's me. I'm all the Haconian order.
Bless them all.
Mm-hmm.
They missed one, so not super fast.
Get on it, the Haconians.
Starring Tom Wright, who played the cop from Barbershop 1 and 2 and military attaché in Transformers The Last Night. Tuvix was written by Kenneth Biller and directed by Cliff Bowl, both regulars with the production staff. Broadcast on May 6, 1996, the story tells of the unexpected combining of Tim Russ's Vulcan character Tuvok and Ethan Phillips' probably even more annoying than he actually was comedic relief foil Neelix. Two diametrically opposed personalities following a transporter accident with an alien planet. I realized in conversation earlier there was a missed opportunity at Deep Space Nine to have Odo be smuggled in Quark to somewhere. Get in me.
Or like he's the back panel behind his
so
ears.
good.
Oh, no, just
he'd have to come out of his ears, so he'd just be like, I was in Quark's brain.
Oh, that's amazing.
I didn't like what I saw.
I heard some things.
So I love this episode. I do. I love this episode. But it ruined Voyager for me. Like, yeah, well, Voyager had done other things.
It was an
Yeah.
extreme.
But
of
it
an
completely
extreme.
destroyed my ability to be like, oh, I can predict how the captain will engage in this scenario. Nope, not at all. She'll probably just murder someone.
Yeah.
And everyone will be fine with it because this is a Nazi ship, apparently.
It is Janeway letting her ass hang out.
Yeah.
Like she's just like, whatever, I'm gonna do exactly what I want.
We know what the SS in USS Voyager stands for.
Oh.
Well, and keep in mind, the holodeck
This is
program...
grim. I'm sorry, but it's grim.
No, the holodeck program that they have installed on Voyager, as seen when those Hunter...
Herodians?
The Herodian took over, the primary player one side of it is on the Nazis.
Who's Oh, it is!
Because they're player one.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they might have switched the default.
I'm going to go with no. This is Voyager. She enslaved a hologram for sex.
She also changed an Irish bartender, and like, let's face it, an Irish bartender is the sweetest.
I'm more concerned, and you can call me, anti-hologram or whatever, anti-hologram equality. It's fine. I'm more concerned about the fact
yes.
Janeway murders a living being in this episode.
No, she murders
also
3,
true.
doesn't
And
she?
No, two die-accidentally.
Two die accidentally, and this is the most important key point to take away from this episode review.
Yeah.
After they have died,
Yes. They're dead.
after that fact has happened, time has passed, and then she chooses to destroy another living being to resurrect those other two.
Essentially just a copy of those other two.
She basically performs a blood sacrifice to bring two people back from the dead.
Yes.
If it was wrong
and the
enough
doctor refuses to.
If it
Yes.
was wrong enough
Yes.
that you weren't supposed
Like,
to
the
do it on
doctor
Buffy,
says-
you probably can't do it in Starfleet.
Right? And
But the hologram doctor is like, I am not going to do this.
Yeah, and
You are
Janeway's
gonna
like,
have
cool,
to."
I will fucking do it.
well, shouldn't the doctor have some sort of priority to be like, no. This is literally murder. You're
Yeah.
not allowed to. And keep in mind that when it's dictated by medical necessity, I'm captain now.
He's also got
Yeah,
an emergency. Oh, he probably doesn't have the emergency command hologram
Oh, not
subroutines
yet.
at this point.
Yeah.
If he did, he probably would have like switched into the red uniform and been like, "I'm putting a fucking stop to this. You cannot commit murder in the sickbay."
Yeah. And then she'd have some back door and shut him off, and then he'd never talk about it again.
I want Robert Picardo to come back into Picard. I'm just going to say it now. I'm going to say it here.
Yeah.
I think he is a fun, comedic person who gets sci-fi and also science. And he's a nerd. And I think nerds should be able to come back to Star Trek whenever they want.
You know what would probably make more storytelling sense? He would appear in Discovery.
Oh, that's so fucking fun.
Yeah. Yeah. You just
As
have
a
to
nodule
that.
left on a
Yeah,
planet.
just what the fuck
Yes.
says.
Just like
Creep.
one of their episodes.
That's
Yeah.
great. No, he's been operating the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the fucking in-universe institutional memory to explain what's happened to people.
He is all that's left of Starfleet.
Yes.
But because it's him, he can keep doing it indefinitely.
Oh my god, this is great.
So yeah, they're the two diametrically opposed personalities following a transporter accident with an alien plant. Ooh, the pre-mentioned alien plant. Well, at first distrusted over the loss of Tuvix and Neelix, especially by that bigot Kess, who just now stormed out of the room because she can't get her way and have her man no more.
I think Kess's thing is that she doth protest too much.
She's
like
two.
She is.
Well,
child.
yeah, she's
Like,
a
she's
toddler.
2
She shouldn't be
years
forced to make
old.
these kind of romantic sexual decisions. It's weird. But aside from the fact that she's 2 and that's fucked up, it's her boyfriend and her like mentor.
Yeah.
Like, this is the best of both worlds for her, and she is just fucking pretending.
She should
'cause
be walking in
feels
and
bad
being
about
like,
that.
yeah, two and
exactly.
one.
They should have done that. They should have filmed a scene where she, the automatic doors of her little cubbyhole apartment closed behind her, and she's just fucking grooving out in there, dancing around, loving every second, singing in the sonic shower.
Well,
Finally.
for as weird as Neelix is, he's probably super kinky.
Probably.
Like, he's
Oh, you saw him
Neelix.
with that Klingon.
And the toe dancing thing.
None
Oh,
of this
don't
is
mention
good.
that. Gross.
Now, all of this is content. None of it is good, morally speaking.
Yeah, all of this is canon and awful.
Yeah, it's a 2-year-old and a cat, and they're in love with each other.
And I'm like, it's like a sprinkling of black Spock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a little bit. This is truly the weirdest shit that the '90s produced.
Oh, that's so good.
Also,
That needs to be on a t-shirt.
wonderful 90s comedian,
Oh,
though, was featured in this, Sarah Silverman, which was my favorite corner of Voyager.
That really was the weirdest thing.
It's like
Mhm.
Sarah Silverman was just like, oh, I am just an observer
Yeah.
at an observatory looking at science. And I'm just like, of course you are.
So you're in Star Trek now. Yep. You doing anything? Nope.
Not the weirdest Voyager appearance by any stretch.
No. The Rock definitely is the weirdest.
The Rock is pretty weird. George Costanza is pretty weird.
George
Oh,
Costanza's
no,
very strange.
the rock star led...
What? No, if
No,
you're thinking Iggy Pop, he was
Iggy
on
Pop.
DS9
Iggy Pop-
and it was a
Iggy
perfect
Pop
appearance.
Was great.
That was
That's
amazing.
That's the difference. Is for some reason Iggy Pop was perfect. You're looking at it and you're like, who
For
the fuck
some
is
reason, he engaged in it like he believed every single
Yeah.
word he was saying. It was great. He
He
loved the humor of it.
loved
You could
it.
tell. He was so wry in the face.
It would be great to have Mirror Universe show up. Is Mirror Universe Tuvix, where he survived and he killed everybody on Voyager.
He killed
And he's
her.
like now a pirate captain of the ship that he just was like, nope, you're gonna kill me? Alright. Flush.
You go on. You insist on the weirdest of plot
Why the
points.
fuck
I love
not?
it.
Well, instead of becoming violent, the crew eventually warms up to Tuvix, who's found out to be far more personable than Tuvok and less annoying than Neelix.
Really, that's your bar.
Like, seriously.
It's the best boggle.
I know. 2 weeks later, however, the Doctor comes up with a way to split the pair back into the individual selves. Tuvix passionately argues that this would effectively murder him to bring back 2 people who are already dead. And Janeway, considering the complexities of intergalactic ethics, the ship of Theseus, and good old needs of the many logic, decides to murder the poor bastard himself and never gets called out on it.
I think you skip over just how deep of a philosophical crime this is. Like,
oh no, that's just a summary so that we can bitch about it.
good God, like, it is. This really should be used. This should be studied. This episode should be studied.
Yeah, as like a moral failure and
yes.
how to convince yourselves that murder is okie dokie.
That's
Not
the
only
thing,
that, the fashion of Tuvix and Neelix,
is so
or like
good.
Tuvok and Neelix, is so offensive
And it's
that
so
it
much
looks
better together.
like a Italian
Think of-
crustacean
Compare that nonsense.
attacked Starfleet and
Compare
somehow
that
made a
nonsense to
cat.
what Neelix usually looks like.
I mean, yeah, like
that
this
is a distinct improvement over Neelix.
This is a Thursday.
But it's a downgrade of Tuvok.
That's fine.
Tuvok
That's
is
fine.
it's a
and
net.
a compliment to Tim Russ.
There we go. But yeah, no, this is in terms of
Follow
bad.
Tim Russ on Twitter because he's very political and it always makes me laugh. Just
Oh, really?
like imagine Tuvok screaming about Trump.
That would be logical.
That would
He would
be-
just
It's
sit
no, it's
there.
enough to make him lose his emotional cool.
Oh my god. I will check that out. Yeah, no, I feel like in terms of bad to halfway decent Star Trek fashion, this is actually at least put together.
I think it's great. The hair is appalling.
The hair is terrible. It really is the most ugly thing they
But
could
it's
have
continuing
possibly done.
Neelix's hair tradition, so.
I feel like it's actually covering up a seam. Like it makes so little sense there.
Was this actor's name Tom Wright?
His name, yeah, Tom Wright.
He's so good.
Oh no, he's a fantastic performer, and he went so far into this. He apparently had like discussions with the writers and directors on a depth of level that was like, dude, you're doing a one-timer on Star Trek, and he's like, no, this has to be perfect. And his performance is so good that decades later, you're still like, Janeway fucking murdered a person.
What I like
You know
to
who he
because
reminds
of
me
it.
of? He reminds me of LeVar Burton with a visor. Because LeVar Burton acted the fuck out of no eyes.
He really did. Yeah.
With actually having no eye contact.
Actually, yeah, now that you think about it, like, the way he spoke his lines had far more subtlety than anyone else.
And his face, the way he moved his face, like he had, like, action-y things. And I think Tuvix is very, like,
Yeah.
on the same kind of right there. Because you're trying to
more
mimic
physical.
two.
Yeah. Whereas, yeah, like, Michael Dorn was, I'm not saying Michael Dorn was lazy, but he essentially only had to stand there and deliver his dialogue and not move.
Hi, can you do a aggressive quarterback alien? Yeah.
That's essentially true.
Like,
Honor. Yeah, there it is.
put a toucan. Oh, it's got, like, ridges in the front. Sure, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Whatever.
It's fine. Speaking of ridges, what's up with that fucking jacket? The ribs. The weirdly spaced ribs
On
it.
his?
Yeah.
Because it's Neelix's jacket, but it's black because it's
Oh, I
mixed
know,
with
but
Tuvok.
it works on like Neelix. Here, it looks like this weird Borg thing.
It does, but this fashion choice that we keep
Keep
having a moment
returning
over,
to.
keep returning to, so it must mean something. It's a perfect example of how I feel about Tom Wright's character here compared to the joint contributions of Tim Russ
Yes.
and Ethan Phillips. Tim Russ did a great job. I think this character is a slightly worse dressed, but otherwise of equal quality character to Tuvok.
Yeah.
And that's not really an extreme compliment to Tim Russ as much as I hate to say it. Like, this guy came in for one episode, and I kind of like his character a little better.
Yeah.
He's
But it also kind of
But
fit
that's
the
more
whole,
about the writers. The
but
character
it
is just
also
more
fit
interesting.
the whole idea of Tuvok in that he was a double agent for the first portion of the series. So, like, he was viewed as a total outsider to everyone and different.
They could have had so much fun with that. That's kind of my point, too. It's like, again, the writers
He
failing.
could become
Like,
more Mikki in
I feel like that's
Tuvix.
they didn't want to, like, you can only do so much with a Vulcan because of the whole no emotion and pure logic thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if he starts going on about the logic of like violence and fighting the
It gets annoying
Federation,
pretty quick.
It
That's going
becomes,
a
like-
bit pond far.
exactly, he becomes a little bit terroristic, and they didn't want to have that.
Yeah.
But that's what you essentially had to do for that to make sense.
Yeah.
Because since he can't get angry, everything is just this blatant. And I feel like because he was playing the only pure Vulcan long-term character in Star Trek,
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
there was a lot of pressure on him to like No,
carry.
your performance has to be
Yeah.
flat.
And in fairness, Tim Russ does an amazing portrayal of a Vulcan.
Oh, yeah, no.
Of a legit, dispassionate Vulcan.
Yeah,
It's great.
enjoy watching Tim Russ. There, no offense to the actor of who portrays Tom Paris. It's not the actor; it's the character I don't like.
Tom Paris is an
Yeah.
awful character.
I can't watch Tom Paris.
No, he's the worst. And what I find hilarious is the actor is like an extreme opposite of him by all accounts.
Really?
Like he was just a huge nerd who would just always like sit there and read a book in between his lines on set.
I got the feeling that he's definitely someone who enjoyed being there and had a lot of fun. I wish I was him. I wish that the character was better for both of us to play.
Yeah. And now here's my point though. So switch over from Tim Russ playing Tuvok, and I'm not super disappointed in the arrival of this character if this had been allowed to last.
Yes.
Losing Neelix, whether this is a read on Ethan Phillips or the writers or both, perfectly thrilled.
Yes.
Like, I'm sorry, but
it worked.
Your character contributed nothing to
Neelix
the show.
is not just a fish out of water. Neelix is a cat in water.
But what does that say about the writer and the actor in this episode? Like, this character is so much more entertaining. Like, going forward with him, if Janeway hadn't have been a monster and been like, I miss them terribly, but it's been 2 weeks, guys. I can't commit murder now to bring them back from the dead.
Also has developed a close relationship with your mentee girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
who's two?
And that relationship fell apart eventually anyway.
She's 2.
Also, he's so good that the captions fix themselves.
That's impressive.
Look, he speaks in complete English.
Maybe that's what makes me more mad than this show revealing that it is and you should stifle Voyager. Is that I really think this was a missed opportunity too. I think I would have been sad to lose Tim Russ, but I think it would have been worth it to lose Neelix.
Well, originally the intent of the writers was the original version of this is it would have been just like zany screwball. Like there would have been essentially 2 minds in this one character, and it's like, no, we can't go prepare breakfast. I have to meditate. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Which doesn't sound tiresome at all.
Yeah, but apparently a director looked at it and said, I like the concept. This, however, is a piece of shit. And so they rewrote it to be serious, and their intent with the serious version was that it could carry a couple of episodes, or maybe they'd commit to it in the promotional material so hard that it's like, no, Neelix and Tuvok are gone. Mm-hmm. They wanted you to believe that.
Oh, see, that's even more unfair, because, again, I feel kind of bad, but I wouldn't miss Tuvok enough.
Right, I think they
to make up for how thrilled I would be to be rid of Neelix.
Well, right? they didn't give any, and not emotional, but they didn't give any character depth other than he struggled about lying to the Maquis, which he didn't because he lied to them the entire time.
Yeah.
Tuvix has more character depth in one episode than either of those two did in 7 years.
Yeah. But they should have done what essentially Family Guy did when Brian died. They should give this maybe 3 or 4 episodes, so that you get a sense, a lot of character development shoved into it, so you really miss him comparatively.
I'm still annoyed about that.
Yeah.
It's still, I hate when shows do that.
But then just off them and bring them back, and it's like...
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Tuvok. Fuck you, Neelix.
It's what I am happy that new Star Trek in Picard and Discovery and Strange New World.
Yeah.
Like, it's bringing the character arc and the episodic and the DS9 like story arc. It's kind of saying those are all good ideas.
Yeah.
But like let's see what works with the one we're writing.
Here's a comparison of question. So essentially I said, okay, do it over a couple of episodes. Remove the character, bring them back. Compare the death of Tuvok, Neelix, and then the death of Tuvix to the death of Hugh. Or not Hugh? Hugh? Yeah, Hugh from Discovery.
No, Picard.
No.
No.
Stamets' husband.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I had so many issues with that on top of other things.
Well, it's kill your gaze.
Yeah, it's kill your gaze, but then bring your gaze back.
Oh.
Which is also like...
That felt like more like a PR response to me than anything else.
It also did, because like you didn't see any story leads to it.
No.
Just kind of like, oh, and by the way.
Yeah. No, and I mean, everyone was so fucking mad. I'm like, oh yeah, did you bring him back because that was always the plan, or did you bring him back because somebody finally knocked your thick head and was like, hey...
I just love that actor also played Angel in Party Monster. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
We need a quick moment here about Kess's wardrobe.
Oh.
So...
Velour, please!
I hope we get another good shot of her flouncing.
There it is.
Yes, okay, so multi-layered flouncing.
I love mauve. I also love mauve.
Well, this is... And Dusty
tan
Rose,
and rose.
But here's the thing. All those colors, all those layers, we keep making fun of everyone for dressing like a couch. She is your grandmother's entire living room palette.
She's 3 doilies.
She is every piece of furniture
3 doilies
and all
in
doilies. Yeah.
Might I say though, on behalf of the actress, we are doing this as a podcast because we didn't want to sit under 2 studio lights that we have here. She is wearing a 3-layered couch under full-on set.
Let's face it, probably like a 60s level wig.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like that's not a small headpiece.
And then who knows how much makeup. And then, of course, there's him over there in his full head and facial appliance.
She did get
and nobody seems to be
better
sweating
than the captain.
I don't know how that happens.
Isn't that weird?
Janeway always got fucking heels, and I was a little pissed off because I was just like, "You're a fucking lady captain. Why are you wearing heels?
Not fucking stilettos or anything.
More often than not, when she had like the like walk across the bridge.
A little bit, yeah.
Most of the women have a little bit of it.
I feel like that's a oh my god, Kate Mulgrew decision.
I wonder if it's a height thing.
Ooh,
yeah.
Or stature. It could change, like I don't know, but like
it's probably stature and like commanding walk kind of thing.
Sissy that walk, Captain that walk,
Captain that walk.
And it's also kind of like Katharine Hepburn, like same.
It's very Katharine Hepburn.
Pants and a little bit of a heel.
I mean, like if you needed to consider how they came up with Janeway, I'm sure Katharine Hepburn's in there.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah. Like she actually like later seasons. No, even. Actually, every single hairstyle she's had. Holy shit. It's just Katharine Hepburn, Starfleet Command.
Of the future.
Every time Neelix comes up in the closed caption, my brain reads it as Netflix, and it makes for some hilarious...
Oh my god. You're right. Netflix. Okay.
They were just having a long conversation about Kess's love for Netflix, and it was very interesting.
I really want to understand more about the Ocampa, but I also want Star Trek to forget them because it made no sense to say, like, you are a fully functioning humanoid person at age 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of just think about, like, the Jem'Hadar and how they're, like,
that's true.
By, like, 5 hours in, they have, like, they're, like, 15 with a full vocabulary, and then by, like, that afternoon, they're just, like, a super soldier with all their skills they need. It's just bred into them.
Yeah. Now,
but explain it a bit more with the Ocampa because, like, the whole the time travel one too in the like Year of Hell. Is it the Year of Hell?
Year of Hell's time traveling.
Yeah, Year of Hell is very time traveling.
Time correct.
Oh, sorry, it's the one where Kess is in the like container going back through time.
Elogium.
It was like her arc. It was the actress's arc that never happened.
Yeah, the one where she has a kid who marries Tom Paris.
Yeah, I halfway remember this. I feel like of all the Star Treks, Voyager's one I forget the most.
It was the one that introduced Kess's new hair.
Yeah.
This is what little gay boys remembered.
I'm just trying to find my spot in this episode. I mean, like, this is a very strange moment when Janeway's in her nightgown and Kess has visited her in the middle of the night to talk about poetry Neelix or Tuvok wrote. I think they're both like, we should bring him back, and they're conspiring to murder him.
It's what's happening, but it's very pastel and gentle.
It's just
It's very Mama Janeway slowly talking her into it.
It's so gentle for like a conspiracy slash.
You know, it's a wagon, like a Western wagon,
Yeah.
where it's like, so we're just gonna kick this guy off the edge. At the end
It's
here,
true. Janeway has
like-
very home companion hair.
Oh my
like,
god.
They always have her in the worst hair at this point, and her leisure hair is absolutely the worst.
Her leisure hair.
Look, she's like, I'm from Indiana, and I'm like, yeah, but not 1800s Indiana, woman. Like,
Or 1987.
man.
Yeehaw. Tell the truth, he's a wonderful person.
Janeway's
Okay,
the
don't
descendant
kill him.
of Parks and Rec. What's her name?
Oh,
Leslie Knope.
Leslie Knope.
That's
She's like
awful.
a.
that's hard.
That's awful.
It's not.
That's harsh to
inaccurate.
Leslie Knope.
Or Janeway. They're both great in different ways.
Janeway is a murderer, as you are about to see, in case you forgot what episode we're
So's
watching.
Picard, so's Kirk, so's Cisco.
No, you're going to
Cisco
have to
killed
back
an
those
entire
up with
planet.
receipts.
Oh,
Cisco
that's
didn't
true.
kill anyone when he killed that planet.
The fuck, he didn't hurt anyone.
Everyone was off the planet.
He
It's
was
fine.
no, bitch, please. He.
Oh, Cisco killed... I'll give you a Romulan senator.
Yeah, he killed the Romulan
Cisco
senator.
definitely killed a Romulan senator.
Like, everybody's hands are a little dirty.
I would say he killed Dukat, but I also would say that that's fine.
Dukat killed himself.
Eh,
No, like he
Cisco
died.
had-
I think he died multiple times before he
Oh, yeah,
actually
no, you're
died.
right.
Like he was gone
His
by the
soul-
time his physical form disappeared.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
He was like the villain in Raiders of the Lost Ark that melts, and he's just like, I'm back.
It's like you're dead long before, and yeah, but you're still sitting there going, ah, yeah.
Who played that guy?
That's a great. Well, which one?
I'm thinking the guy that grabs the chalice and his face melts.
Yes.
The wax man.
Yeah.
I know he's not the
That
wax.
scene
He
was
just
gross.
looks like.
Yeah, he's
So
he's
remember
like
that.
the SS guy in
Yeah.
the black suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He belongs on Voyager's bridge.
I don't know. He's never like. actors you've never
Rogen
seen
maybe.
I'm really like into this whole Voyager is a ship full of fascists thing that's going on now. I'm not here for that, but like,
Well, it would make the Doctor's future episode make more sense when it was like the evil Voyager.
it really
Yeah.
was that all along.
Like nobody
the
actually
Doctor's
knew.
misremembering it through like rose-tinted glasses, which is why Janeway's wearing that color.
And the other Janeway that like impersonated her was actually like a nicer version.
Yeah.
Get better hair.
They indoctrinated freedom fighters
Cool gloves.
into her authoritarian regime.
Yeah. This is all making a lot of sense.
Yeah. No, Voyager is absolutely a dictatorship.
Oh yeah, and like
Dictatorship.
yeah, there's some weird nonsense pulled by Janeway too. I love the Omega Directive; it's insane. Shut down the ship. No talkies. Also, get a level. What the hell? Is it a Vulcan or Talaxian or both tradition to hang your paintings at such a bananas
I
degree?
think right about Meow, I'm not sure.
Right,
That-
cats
that's
don't care for
definitely
levels.
Talaxian. I mean, come on.
He probably has like a
It's true.
nebulan flea thing that he puts on corners to make sure it holds spirits down from some stupid cat.
No one's
realm.
holding spirits down with anything but Chakotay's Akuchimori rocks. That's what those are for.
That's the word, Akuchimoya. I forgot about. I was talking to someone the other day.
That would have been fun. Is
Akuchimoya.
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 Tuvix and Chakotay hang out and just become drinking buddies? They're just
Yeah.
like, hey! I didn't like you as Tuvok, but like, you're not bad now.
You're gonna go. You're gonna go.
Harry can finally beat him at Calto because he gets a little tipsy now. And Harry never would because he's the most boring man alive.
Yeah. No, because in the middle of this montage, what's Harry doing? Playing
Clarinet by myself.
Harry was a perfect character to be like multisexual or like to be different.
Harry
Yeah.
should be gay.
Harry is gay.
Harry and Chakotay. Come on.
Yeah, because
but,
Tom
like, to be-
Paris
to be
rejected him,
forward
and he's just like,
thinking.
oh.
Yeah, but they're still friends.
Yeah,
And that's cute. He's over it now.
but it took
Now
a
he's
while.
got big old bear Chakotay who does not say Hukuchimoya in this world.
And Tom didn't notice any of it.
Oh,
That's
To
even
this day, he has no fucking clue that he was hated for a while.
Oh, that's great.
Sulu Win future Picard, he becomes a admiral with like a husband and like.
Why must you always transport characters from one of these shows to another? They do that enough. 7
No,
of
I'm saying,
9
like,
worked. You don't have to bring everybody.
No, I'm saying
bring
like
the whole ship.
because Sulu in the past, in the aspect of going forward into Picard, maybe write him as.
Sulu'd be too old for Picard.
No, not Sulu. I'm saying write Harry as gay in the future.
Yeah, but we definitely don't need him to be Sulu too. He doesn't need to like
No.
trade
But
in the
I'm saying
clarinet
like in
for
honor
a
of
fencing sword.
I can see this going horribly. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's what
okay,
I'm
you could
afraid
have
of.
gays in this, but they have to be Asian.
Imagine how smug and annoying Harry would be if he suddenly dropped the clarinet and took up fencing and being
Harry
gay.
Kim was gay though. That's what
Harry
I'm saying.
Kim, yes.
He's a different kind, though. I mean, Sulu went around with his
He's a
shirt
Korean
off.
gay. He's much more chill, much more subtle.
I don't mean to typecast. I just think it would be a beautiful homage because Harry Kim was totally gay through all of Voyager.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
absolutely.
he's a...
He's a
Oh,
very
I'm going to say
quiet,
something
bookish.
appalling.
Oh no!
I'm going to say something truly appalling.
Here it comes.
Harry Kim was a better character than Sulu.
But it's true.
Fair?
That's
that's saying
a
something.
rousing
because
indictment of Sulu.
They didn't give him shit.
That is appalling. Wow. No, either of them.
Yeah, no, that like
Harry
that's
Kim got
a
the time
writing
travel
problem.
talking.
But
to
if you
himself
made one of
moment.
them, if you
This
made
is
them
true.
both
He got
gay...
he got the Back to the Future video thing where it's just like, hey, don't fuck it up.
Oh, that was great. That's
That
true.
was, yeah, no, it's true. He did
And
have
he was
good
with Chakotay
episodes.
still.
This is true.
If you made both of those characters gay in canon, in the TV, none of your movies were holding hands for 5 seconds, not even, which one would be the more palatable character? Gay Harry Kim or gay Sulu? If you didn't change much else about them.
Oh, definitely Harry Kim because they
Definitely
wouldn't actually
Harry
change
Kim.
anything, whereas Sulu would suddenly become
Camp as fuck.
Yeah, well, he.
He'd have to, because he's just kind of like, he's kind of that way as a straight portrayal. He's straight
I'm trying
camp.
to think of the actor's name for some reason. I can't. George Takei. He would become George Takei.
Mhm.
So he'd become that. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. He would stop being Sulu. He'd just be George.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas at least John Cho was just like, this is in the background.
Yeah.
Doesn't change my performance
Yeah,
at all.
he was a thoughtful
wasted
character.
actor.
He was a
20
thoughtful
seconds.
character, and in the grand scheme of Voyager and the fact that, like, as an ensign on that ship, you were not going up.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's got their spot. Hope you like it.
Well, that and Harry had a complete crisis of confidence every time he was in control of anything.
Oh, this is also true.
Plus his dating
I'm
history
sorry to say-
was weighed against him. You're not supposed to consider that as a captain when you're...
Harry
dealing
Kim
out
was the
promotions,
back
but-
shift of Voyager,
Yeah.
where, like, it was for a time and a place. Like, you're not going to raise up in that.
You put someone competent enough that you know that as captain you can sleep through the night without them interrupting you every 5 seconds to ask stupid questions. But you also know that they're, like, not capable enough to actually be a go-getter and cause you problems by, like, innovating and doing other good things.
I think of it as this. They're
Stepping
good
on
enough.
your toes.
They're good enough for the off hours without bothering you.
Mhm.
They're not so necessary that if they're sleeping off their shift and something happens,
You don't need to
don't
bring them to
need
the
'em.
bridge.
Yeah.
It's
just
fine.
it's fine. Oh, we've reached the part where they've all decided in a grand conspiracy to murder him.
And then they summon him to an HR meeting and
Yeah.
tell him about it.
So-
Talk about the hurting room.
Like, Jesus Christ, or Chakotay, you could stand up for a motherfucker once.
Hey, I stood up. I stood up to tell him we're
Literally.
gonna... Oh no, I stood up to leave so
And
she
then
could
I
tell.
will leave.
Um,
Okay, enjoy
Akuchi
being
Moya to you,
executed.
Tuvix.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you cannot wish a Coochie Moya to someone who's about to be murdered.
Akuchi no Moya?
In my people, it's traditional to leave you hanging.
We're discussing the unfortunate predicament we're all in. You being alive is the unfortunate predicament.
Listen, it's a question. It's the final question.
It's the final countdown for
This
someone.
is so brutal. Are you suggesting this is your decision to make? I am the captain.
And it's like, okay, then you literally believe
Aren't there
it?
2 other lives to consider here? No.
No, they're dead.
Tuvok and Netflix are dead.
Oh my god. I must be their voice. They're dead. There's a voice in front of you.
She's so smug about this. I
Yeah.
really wonder if any of the other actors Because I think from the look in his eyes playing this character that Tom Wright was as appalled by this as we are and got what was happening. But I wonder if any of the other actors talked to the writer and were like, you know, I know you cobbled this together out of something that was supposed to be a comedy, and I'm kind of impressed you managed to make, you know, this much lipstick get on one pig.
But Jesus.
But oh my god, what have you done? Like, I have to play this character possibly for years going forward, and you have had them commit a terrible crime.
I heard it was a battle between two writers, in that it was like, this is the episode. Neither one wanted to write it the other one's way, so they both wrote it their way and just put it together.
If I can, I'm going to right now splice in Kate Mulgrew being asked that at a con. If I can find it.
Oh man.
If not, then nothing will appear here.
Just a picture of Kate Mulgrew behind bars and Orange is the New Black. With justice in meme font below it. Oh,
lovely.
I really want to see that with my voiceover on it. That sounds perfect.
We're gonna do that.
Oh, that's great.
One way or another, we're coming for you.
It's such an inexcusable decision. Can I talk about Steve Shives now?
Please do.
So Steve Shives, who I think we're all fans here of his show.
He gets it. He's playful and he's not shitty.
Yes.
No, Trek Actually on YouTube. He's lovely and very entertaining.
Also, I love that name.
Trek Actually?
Trek
It's so
Actually.
good.
Yeah.
Anyway, he did an episode on the darkest Trek episodes. And I don't remember what he chose for Voyager because it doesn't matter because somehow he didn't choose Tuvix. So me, being the dork that I am, was among the first 100 views on this video and immediately was in the comments going, what? I was the first commenter, finally, on a Steve Shives video screaming about how he didn't pick Tuvix. And he did a not actually Trek Actually follow-up video where he answered comments on that episode and, yes, very nicely mentioned me by name and that I was very justified in my in my considering of this episode as the most horrifying, monstrously dark episode of Voyager.
But to his credit, he was talking about the darkest of Star Trek, Big Umbrella.
No, but he was giving a darkest episode for each series too, and he did not pick this one.
Well, Voyager has a lot of dark corners.
True, but this is the only one where the captain commits murder and the entire bridge crew stand around and shrug while the about to be victim begs for his life.
I'm not disagreeing.
There's no crisis that it solves. This is 2 weeks after a crisis.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like Year of Hell where I think people point out that due to the nature of what you're changing, there will have been entire civilizations that only existed in the time differentials, and so even by stopping the bad guy, you are committing mass genocide on an unknowable scale.
Yeah,
and so that's probably technically the darkest.
That's a bit muddier of a trolley problem
than in Start of Play. Yeah,
but it also makes sense that could be because Kes, I'm assuming, ages in a different way. There was probably a pathway for that character that they were just like, oh, that's not happening now.
That's not. We've been with us for 5 seasons. You still won't wear the skin tight stuff. We're firing you and bringing in Barry Ryan.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Good performance.
Pretty much.
Thank you.
See, they clearly
Star Trek was not getting maximum enough.
They clearly weren't averse to mixing up the crew. So I'm sorry, but you could have lost 2 of them and gotten a better price of 1.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, and this completely super awkward scene where just on the bridge and being as passive aggressive as possible about it.
Oh, you know what? Bring Tuvix in and get rid of Kes and have 7. Perfect.
Yeah, no, that would have been.
That would have been a weird, tight knit group of.
It also would have shown more change. Shit happens over years. You don't have to murder, death, kill everything, Catherine.
This show is terrible at portraying any continuity.
Oh, it really is. And
this could have been such a chance for that.
I love
clear change to cast.
Ronald D. Moore's original pitch of it by the 7th season, the thing should be falling apart.
Oh yeah, it's clearly where he took a lot of Battlestar ideas from. Yeah,
And like
and it's true. It should have been, and it should have been him, and he should have had a very complicated relationship with Kes, which would have been way more fun to watch than creepy Neelix.
No, it's very true.
Or boring stare at the lamp.
This is the whole
with Kes
Cylon thing where it's like, just kill them.
Yeah,
like-
it's like, alright.
They're not human.
Yeah,
It's saying like Tuvix is not human. That's wrong.
No, it totally is. But if you notice, there's no other aliens on the bridge at this moment. It's a completely white.
Yeah,
crew.
B'Elanna I would have a problem with B'Elanna not having an issue.
Is B'Elanna in this episode?
No, she is not.
Oh,
So you
smart.
you
Lucky.
cut out also the only other person of color.
Oh no, there's a black guy on the bridge now.
Aside from Chakotay, of course, but like B'Elanna would probably have.
You could have just
great many
whitewashed Harry
questions.
Kim a little bit.
No, Harry Kim only appears for the clarinet.
No, Harry was just there.
He was there.
That's
Oh,
what
he's
makes
just
me
off
so.
screen.
That's what
I
makes
see.
me so mad. Is there's a fair amount of bridge characters, of core characters that sanction murder here. At least B'Elanna gets away with not having to have her hands dirtied.
Was this not when the actress was giving birth to her child?
Maybe.
Because I think there was
It's
episodes
so
in this
hard.
season that like she was written out of.
Until you get 7, it's so hard to tell when stuff on Voyager happens.
Mm-hmm. I always think this is in season 4, and I always go back and it's like, oh, of course it's not. It's late season 2.
Harry's not even fucking there.
Harry was there a minute
Harry
ago.
was not there.
I'm sure he was there.
Harry Kim is not on the bridge for
This
this.
is hilarious. They're
He's
like,
avoiding it.
no, we're a progressive show, so we're not going to taint our minority actors by making them murderers. It's only going to be the white characters. There's the pride of Indiana right there.
Oh my god, we're gonna death march you there.
Look at that face. Look at that expression.
Get into the killing. Killing, killing, killing. There.
I'm not
Proof.
Joseph Mengele.
Proof.
I won't do this.
Proof Harry
Oh,
Kim
this
was
is
not on
somehow
the
better.
bridge.
He's in the execution room.
I know it's worse, but I'm right. Yeah, no, thank God at least they had the doctor be like, no?
Very well, doctor. I'm not a medical expert. Let me do the surgery.
Oh, yeah.
And
no,
I
that's
would
totally
love that,
better.
like, this is probably what pissed Seven off the most, is that, like, she arrived, she's like, you did what?
Yeah, you what?
Oh, no, Janeway
No,
never
no,
let
you did
anyone tell
what?
Seven about this.
Yeah, no, she would swear everyone on the crew is like, you fucking mentioned this
No,
Seven.
like, she got back to the Alpha Quadrant and was just like,
Oh,
okay,
she
so
just-
you guys are all assholes.
Just going through
Nobody
like,
told
the
me
actual
a-
missions.
Yeah.
What?
The
What?
captain threatened to turn us into 2 people.
The fuck is this bullshit? Maybe that's why she doesn't really like Starfleet anymore. She's like, oh, I had a falling out with Janeway. Ooh, that was a fight.
Oh, that's
That would be fun to,
I
like, have them
that.
meet up on a planet, like shitty bar style, and just be, like, a bit red
Yeah.
for Janeway, because Janeway's
Janeway's
gone.
all mad because she found out that she murdered what's-her-name there, Vajazzled. And then she's just like, are you fucking kidding me? You murdered her perfectly lovely.
Yeah.
Much better than your 2 existing crew members.
Well, I'm sorry I had to
Better than
shoot
some
her.
of
I
his
didn't have a
parts.
transporter available, you bitch.
Oh, that would be so
That
good.
would
Just
be
like
so good.
a bar with red and 7.
Once again, a reminder that pattern buffer could actually save Tuvix.
Also, for some reason, their
Yeah.
uniforms have been... This is very weird. Oh, because the orchid's been removed somewhere.
Oh yeah,
They
they
just left it in the buffer or
switched them
something.
into, yeah.
Threw it in the recycler.
Yeah.
And flush.
We just murdered
Oh,
someone to
good.
bring you
Neelix
back.
is back.
Yay.
Somebody pour me a drink.
You notice how
Look
she
at this.
doesn't...
Is this your I'm racked with guilt look?
Well, like, she doesn't tell Tuvok what she just did, because she knows. She knows he would be like,
Yeah.
the fuck.
Yeah.
Well, then what do you tell Tuvok and Neelix now?
She'd be like, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. And he'd be
Episode's
like,
over, don't
not
have to think
unless
about
it means murdering someone, Captain.
So
Yeah, it'll never
basically,
bother us again.
basically Janeway killing it.
Yeah.
This is a
She killed
monstrous
it.
episode. So I really do love this episode because it's fun science fiction and the performance from Tom Wright is amazing. But it really did, like... it really did make me look at the writers quite differently.
Oh yeah, you
And
had to
I'm
give
sorry,
them
just
good.
because the next episode is starting, it is wonderful payback that the next episode, her and Chakotay are stuck on a planet.
Should have just left them there.
Just a
moved
little
on.
bit of
Of like
more
just like
payback.
Replace them with a
I
slightly
killed
better
I
character.
killed this person, but me and Chakotay got fucked and left. Okay.
Oh,
shit.
that would have been good though. They're like flying away, and they're like, "Did we really have to do that?" They murdered a person.
And then
No,
Tuvix the captain.
No, one scene. One scene is all you need. The entire episode takes place exactly as it does here.
Yeah.
But at the very end, they're just like, I wonder how we did get infected. And it just pans to Tuvok and Neelix with a hypospray. And they're like, they're like, this will teach you.
Yeah. It's like, do you like being back? Yes. But we remember everything. You killed us.
Or there's still Tuvix. They still communicate.
Oh my god, like some hive
Oh.
brain.
Oh, yes. No, like, yeah, they're just one person in two bodies.
No, and they never actually said anything to Janeway.
No, because
she
they
just
fake
walked
it.
out.
Because they know Janeway will murder them again. Like, for real this time.
Yeah, she'll make sure it sticks.
Yeah.
So speaking of terrible decisions that don't look like very good things from either side.
That was a nice segue into the news.
Thank you very much. We saw recently a trailer for Star Trek's new animated feature. I believe, shit.
Lower quality decks.
Lower quality. Lower Decks, which
It's Ren and Stimpy Star Trek.
It looks
it looks
cheap
yeah.
and dated. It looks tired.
It looks like they're trying to chase Orville, and coming up short despite being the actual official. Like, this better be some great rated R stuff that they couldn't show any of the good things on a trailer in.
I don't get that vibe.
I don't
even
either.
a little bit.
No.
The Orville hits the note perfect.
Yeah.
I can't
does
wait
it
for the
well.
Orville to
And
come
also
back.
has Marina Sirtis still.
This is true. Everyone is on
She's
it.
the teacher.
Everyone's having fun.
She's the educating teacher person on one of the planets, like, not main characters, but...
Marina Sirtis?
Yeah.
I want to say I remember this, but also I'm drawing a complete blank.
She plays,
Kinda
like, the
complete
Keiko
blank. Is this
character.
the thing
Not
that
Keiko,
happens?
but essentially Keiko.
I love the way that sometimes you describe stuff that it's just like, there is no way I'm ever gonna get this, and yet on the tip of my brain, I know what you're talking about.
She played a school teacher in season 2.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're not wrong. We'll never get the answer.
No, you're not
You're
wrong.
not
Just
wrong.
none of us remember it at all. But yeah, in terms of quality comparison, Orville amazing, and this looks just so bad.
So boring, and like doesn't make sense when compared to like, okay, so Discovery is going to be like super future craziness. Picard's going to be good, solid drama with a new cast and a traditional cast that you know it's like yay references, and
It's the blended tapestry
yeah.
show.
Mhm.
And Strange New Worlds is going to be like cool 60s-esque classic. And then you just drop this, and it's so dissonant.
I do
Yeah,
think...
it really is. The tone is completely wrong.
Yeah.
I think they should do it very differently and go, honestly, like, more kids' television, like, more
agree.
Magic School Bus.
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of like...
if you're going to go towards that much
Like,
diluted...
exploration, where are we going? Hey,
Yeah.
and I'm
And
like,
that's-
I could buy that.
I keep coming back to the look of it, but that's who it looks like it's for. It really looks badly done. It just looks... There's nothing original about the look of it at all.
No, and I feel
It
like...
looks like something I've seen before,
Yeah.
but can't put my finger on because it wasn't memorable enough.
And all of the jokes feel like the most obvious, immediate jokes
Mhm.
that would be told. And it's just
Mhm.
like, that... Yeah, no, that was funny the first time I heard it in the 90s in Wayne's World.
Mhm.
Not even the Orville is touching those jokes
Mm.
because they're old. They're bad. But no, that's going to be. I'm happy to say that we're all disappointed.
We may all eat our words. It's hard to say, but...
But
hard
also,
to say.
the other animated Star Trek was experimental and weird and different, and we looked back at it like, that was fun.
I
So, like, maybe let that weirdness go into one...
But that's the
don't
thing, there's
think
nothing aesthetically that seems to sell that weirdness. Like, the best example I can think of is think about Clone High. Like, you watch 3 seconds of Clone High and you know from the very animation style that it's going to be weird and wonderful and fucked. And this didn't have any
Kind
of
of
that. It
like
was just
Daria
flat.
as well.
Yeah.
Daria, you know, is going to be very different and entertaining and strange.
But
like,
stylistically
Yeah.
is
Yeah, I hope we're,
aside.
yeah,
Yeah.
this didn't leave any kind of impression.
I do hope we're wrong. I worry that we are unfortunately, as usual, correct.
You know what they corrected?
Damn, it's
Decent-
such a burden to be right.
Oh my god, this
They-
omnipotence.
They did a decent correction in
Awareness.
Discovery with
Omniscience?
Klingons
Omniscience.
and with like a couple of canon things that like
Yeah,
they kind of looked at it and they're like, oh shit, yeah, that was wrong.
fix that.
I kind of
And
feel
I'm
like they're.
Notice change.
I kind of feel like they're going for like the Office on a Starship vibe with this. And
Yeah, and like the problem with animation is it takes so much longer to produce
Mm.
that it'll take until like the second season to get those corrections in there, so you have one season of shit.
Get the guy who played Chris on Family Guy to write it in opposition to Orville, just to piss him off. As
Seth
like
Green.
of Seth
That'd be
Green writing,
hilarious.
like just
That would be hilarious. That
Why
would be
wouldn't
much
you?
Better.
he would then he could throw a whole bunch of Orville like inside jokes back at them, and just be like,
I
"Fuck
feel
you,
like
buddy."
his best Star Trek work was on Robot Chicken though, so you end up with like, oh damn it, that's all been kind of done.
Yeah, that's true.
But that means
Maybe
he's good at
maybe
it.
just not make
Maybe.
the show.
Yeah, maybe just don't make the show. We'll stick to live action, or if you do want to do a cartoon, just do a full-on like '90s style kids show with action figures, and it's like for some reason they're all wearing bulky armor, and there's
Still
five
keep-
of them on a ship.
You know what I
Still
really
keep
want
it
it to be?
canon.
Yeah.
Do you remember Mission Hill?
Yes.
I want it to be Mission Hill, but it's just it's on a starship. It's completely extraneous to everything that goes on in the storylines we focus on and the character development.
I
But
want
they're just on a starship.
I want it to be Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yes.
And by that I mean literally bring back
Just
Aqua
madness.
Teen and just change the background to the Enterprise deck yeah. And that's it. Just a total normal Aqua Teen Hunger Force season.
It's the perfect blend of like children's show, but also inside joke.
Yes.
Like it's that Toy Story, not Toy Story, but like that kind of everybody's laughing, but there's two levels. There's like a clear like
Kids aren't laughing.
hilarious,
At the same thing.
and then it's like,
Mhm.
oh, if you read like a couple undertones,
Yeah.
I think
It's
these are
all
all
the same.
super valid ideas because there's barely one tone of laughter to the current trailer.
No, that's very true. Oh my god, though you can almost hear a laugh track. I know there isn't one, but you can hear it.
Yeah.
it's. Do you remember the SNL animated things that came around where like
I love
some of them
those.
did great and no, but some of them did great. And
Yeah, and
some
then
of
you were
them-
waiting for the ambiguously gay duo
That's
to
the
actually
only one I
show
could
up.
think of.
Yeah, it's just
But,
like
like,
some of
they're-
them were all right, but you were always just waiting. It's like, do it. It's the ambiguous. Yay! It's worth
Yeah.
watching.
I really hope someone listening to this podcast doesn't know what we mean by the ambiguously gay duo and is
Oh,
going to
the
go have the
guaranteed.
discovery of
Yeah.
like
Ace
the
and
year.
Gary.
Ace and Gary.
That
Yep.
shit was in the 90s, 20 years
Oh
ago.
my god.
Time flies when you're
Suddenly I
getting
don't
older.
feel super young.
Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah. I don't even know. Like, yeah, no, easily 20 years ago. That's frightening. My God. My
Well, now that
God.
we've thoroughly dated ourselves.
Yes, that is very dead. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Please Won't You Shut Up, a Star Trek podcast. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please ding the thing for more updates.
You
Ding.
can ding the thing at youtube.com/mygenderiscinema.
Yeah.
And you can protest about your favorite characters on your least favorite Star Trek show. Not true, second least favorite Star Trek show. Suddenly committing murder all over Twitter. You should make a stink about this. Anytime a character on a show you enjoy
Yeah.
commits repercussionless murder, you should probably have a say about that somewhere.
You should
We
probably
don't want
make a
this to
stink.
become a pattern. Look, she's got her goddamn 1800s Indiana hair on again.
Oh, God damn it, she's happy.
Nothing
she has
changes with
committed
her,
murder
even
and
after
she's
murder.
happy.
So,
Ah,
Just killed Tuvix, now on a new planet, just braiding my hair and checking bugs.
see? No one gives a shit. No one. Don't forget to visit HereEgo Productions on Patreon, where you'll find this and other podcasts and videos, plus much, much more. And please show your support by pledging as little as $1 a month so we can keep bringing these shows to you. Until next time, actually, hold on. Fuck Janeway!
I was gonna say, if you contribute to Patreon, then eventually we'll actually get around to making the women t-shirts.
The women! We're gonna have
Kathy.
Spock, like, holding his hands out, and in between it is, like, this shock font. The women!
No, I want it to be Brent and I looking, like, really appalled, and then you two have just disappeared.
The women!
Oh, that's great.
Good night!
Oh, you didn't do your stereotypical ending.
Oh, well, if you want me to.
I need to maintain my aggressive silence towards something.
Oh, fantastic. 2 absent friends?
I love how Tuvok's standing there around everybody who just killed
He's just full on ignoring me.
Just full on. That's even better treatment. That's even better than my aggressive silence.
Glorious.
Oh, I'm sorry, were you doing something? Because I'm looking at Tuvok.
Sorry, drunk Brent is present.
No,
and
no.
accounted
That
for.
was the ideal ending in my book.
My God.